Hi folks, welcome to the Hoard. Look at that, got a little solar panel action, batteries all charged up. You guys remember this piece of junk? It's that Chinese off-road go-kart. I bought it and it wouldn't start up because it had no compression, so I bought another engine for it, which is the black one sitting on there now. The black one that's sitting on here now wasn't any good because the chain was rubbing, but I figured let me get it started so before I put it on the shelf I know what kind of condition it's in, and it wouldn't start. Then I discovered it had no spark, took it all apart, realized that the pulser was wired backwards. The ground of the pulser was going out on the blue wire, and the pulser hot, so to speak, was actually being grounded. So I was getting no spark. It made it look like the pulser was shorted. So I reversed those two wires and smashed it all back together again and put it back on, and let's see what she does. And just very simply, portable CDI box, got a 12 volt CDI on here, in there, ignition coil, 12 volts worth of batteries, 8 1.5 volt batteries, and this really cool bat switch that lights up red when you turn it on. Anyway, this input goes to the CDI, and it's from the pulse generator. Black is ground. I got another ground going to the case. You see it hooked up right there by the carburetor, and obviously I have the spark plug wire hooked up. Other than that, I have 12 ground going to the case and 12 volts going to the starter when I turn this little switch here. So I trickled some gas into the carburetor, right into that hose, and you can see hopefully down here the filter is full. My little gas can, and let's see if she's going to want to fire up. I moved the throttle. I just have a loose throttle and I put it here. Doing it this way is very convenient because if I hooked up the real gas pedal, I'd be trying to step on the gas up there at the same time I'm trying to work the starter over here and the CDI box over there. So I set it up like this. Let's see what we get. Wish me luck. Got a little wind going on. Hopefully that doesn't mess up things. You guys can see some stuff, right? So CDI box is on, and choke is on. Give a little throttle. Oh, like some choke. Well, I'm about out of gas. At least that's what it sounds like. So I'm happy because I got it running. Obviously, what's the use of having an engine on the shelf if it isn't going to run? So I'm glad about that. Well, I was also, I'm on eBay like every night. And I was able to buy, it came from Texas. They sell the whole stator CDI package that goes, you take this cover off and it's beneath that cover. It was like 16 bucks. So I was able to buy that, and I put it on the side. I did not install it. I still have it running on the OEM one. If the OEM one gets into trouble, I'll smash that one in there. So back to the spare parts are really cheap for these things. you're assuming you don't tear the cases up, which they're not made very strong, so that's easy to tear up. But let's assume you don't. You could get a piston, rings, jug, carburetor, and pulsar, stator setup. I mean, all those things are cheap and they're available. So the China 110 engine, to me, the parts are about as available as like the 200S engine parts. The Honda 200S, they made like 1 million of them, and like that's a 200 TRX 200, same basic parts as the 200S, same jug, CDI carburetor, cylinder, piston, all that stuff. Some of the tranny parts are the same, some of them are different because it's a shaft drive. The recoil's a little different, but a lot of the parts are very much in common, and as a matter of fact, they have some parts in common with, they sold, I don't know if it was an XL 185 or an XL 200, but some of those parts are also in common. So when it comes to the 90 to 110 cc, even some of the 125 stuff, a lot of the parts are very, very much in common, which makes them very available, very easy to get. So if you build some kind of project with one of these engines as the base, you don't, at least right now, it doesn't look like you're going to have too much trouble getting parts for it. The parts are available, they're plentiful, you can buy them new from eBay, or you could just buy a whole trashed little quad for like $50, sometimes 3 for $75. Most of the time, once they stop running, nobody wants to fix them, so they really go pretty cheap. One could probably put an ad in the paper, wanted Chinese quads, broken Chinese quads, I'll come get them, I'll pay you $50 for them, whatever you want to put in your ad. And if you're a young kid who wants to get some of this stuff to experiment with, you'll probably get more stuff than you know what to do with. All right, that's it. That's what I wanted to get done today. I'm trying to get a bunch of the projects done before winter sets in. And you'll see the cars are off the driveway. I have somebody coming in hopefully today, and hopefully it doesn't rain and mess up the whole thing, to get the driveway sealed. One might ask why I don't seal it myself. The driveway is about 425 foot long, about 12 foot wide, plus this area here. And quite honestly, I'll be there for 2 days putting it on and getting it all over me, and you know, then you got to wait for it to dry, and with the piano business and all that, I just can't do that. I need somebody to come in, knock it out in the afternoon, wait the 24 hours for it to be dry and for it to be done. I can't fuss around myself with it for 12 hours and then 24 hours after I finish that last little bit, you know, it'll be like 48 hours where the driveway's not usable, and I can't seem to get that time. With the piano business and a bunch of other stuff going on, I can't seem to get that amount of time with my driveway unused. So I'm getting that sealed. A bunch of the problems that I was going to have to face with the Corolla, the 2005 Corolla, are now gone because the 2005 Corolla is gone. So all that, trying to get it through inspection and the check engine lights and the evac problems, it was beginning to throw lean, and it was beginning to throw a cat problem too occasionally. They would clear but then come back again, so they had cleared and they were gone for a while. I ran some, what is that called, Tektrol through the car, but I know when they're going to come back, the day I'm bringing it in for inspection, so I figured I better just get that car is gone now, and so is all the problems with that car are now gone. And then the driveway will be fixed up. The wife's been after me for the bookshelves. I made her bookshelves, so that's done. She's after me for painting the living room so then she can hang up the new picture she bought in the living room. You know, once in a while, you gotta throw a few things to the wife. You gotta make her happy. If not, you know, the wife's unhappy. She will be sure. She will make sure. Trust me. I've been married a long time. If she's unhappy, she will make sure that you're unhappy. If she's not happy, no one's happy. So, you know, you got to do a little bit once in a while to keep her in the game, right? If instead of being in your game, she starts playing against you, instead of being on your team, she starts playing against you, that's just no fun. All right, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please, please get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.